In this podcast, we'll look at Section 9 of the Online Assessment Rubric, Course Design Standards and Graphics. Course Design Standards and Graphics is what we look at in Section 9 of the rubric. Basically, what we're looking at here is whether or not the content that you upload has been optimized for the web and whether or not you've included alt tags for any images you've uploaded. So the 4 items listed here are multimedia materials are relevant to learning objectives. This would just indicate that you're not putting funny videos in for the students to watch for the sake of watching them. The second item is video and audio files are optimized for web viewing. The best practice here would be to use MP4 and MP3 formats, both of which are compatible with most computers. They're also very compatible with mobile devices. The third item is photos and graphics are optimized for web viewing. Generally, if you upload images to your course, you're going to want to use JPEG or PNG formats. Those are going to be the smallest. You really don't want to use something like a bitmap file, which is very large. You also want to optimize the size so they're not too big. And this really helps with students who have slow connections or that are on mobile devices. And then alt tags have been entered for images is the last item. And basically, anytime you put an image into D2L, you're going to be required to put an alt tag. An alt tag is just a description so that when a screen reader for somebody who's visually impaired comes across that image, there would be a description there that describes what is in that image. Now, if it's just decorative, you can just put there's a checkbox where you can indicate that it's just decorative. But if it has some kind of instructional meaning, then you want to put that into the alt tag. You also will see this when you mouse over an image in D2L or other places on the site. You get a little pop-up box that has some text in it that often describes the image. That is the alt tag being displayed when you mouse over it. But its real purpose is to assist people who are using screen readers because they're visually impaired, that would help them to know what these various graphics are and how they apply it to the instructional content of your course. And that's really the last of the components here in Section 9.